been called back to YouTube a little bit. I've been called back to a lot of the things that I have once really loved or have been passionate about. And I think I don't even need to think, but it's, as we grow and as we shift and as we remember who we are, so many of the obstacles, the things that once got in our way, are falling apart or falling away, actually. And so I'm just seeing life with clarity a little bit differently and in lots of different ways. So my experiment right now is I'm just going to read a little bit every day on here. I have always really wanted to, I don't know about always, but in my recent last 15 years, have wanted to learn a little more about the Tao. I really only learned about it through Wayne Dyer's book. I think it doesn't matter. Wayne Dyer writes about it and goes through each part, but I do recognize that that's only one perspective. And so I thought I would grab another perspective, and it was not intentional. This was dun-dun-dun-dun, Goodwill, where I find a lot of my inspiration comes from. I will just be called to go to Goodwill or to a thrift store and know that there's something there for me. And so I actually found the Emotion Code book there, and it was a couple years after I had watched the Emotion movie, which actually talks about it. So I had been introduced to it, and then I saw the book and I was like, wait, I think this is that book. And then read it like in a night and was like, oh my gosh, and went back and watched that movie, and that's history. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, who knows where this book will bring us, but this is 365 Tao, and so it's Daily Meditations by Deng Ming-Dao. And, I know that this is just one more take, but I thought I would see what's here for me. And I'm not sure if I will, analyze it at all, or maybe just do a little reading. We'll see. I'm sure over time it will, there'll inevitably be things that I might want to discuss, or if there's anybody who wants to chat about it in the comments, go for it. So let's see, I'm going to turn on a light. So this is all me just learning and just kind of winging it. I haven't had YouTube in my periphery for a little while in my realm of things, and so here we are. I'm in my mom's art studio, which is lovely, and I'm so grateful to her that I can pop in here once in a while for a session or to do something like this. So here we are. So this is just labeled 1. Like every day has a number, and so I decided, it's not like January, it's just at the beginning. So today is June 20th. I think it's June 25th. Time, June 25th, 2026. And so this is day 1. And each one is broken down with like a different topic, I guess. So it's 1 and it's beginning. So as you go through, I'll just like flip through a little bit and kind of see the numbers, and they all have like a different theme. So I don't know what I have here. I did actually have a couple copies of the Tao. I have copies of the I Ching. I have lots of things that I may or may not still have, because I have always been a book collector since my, I think, 6th, 7th grade teacher, Mr. Gretzky, told us that we needed to create a bookshelf and to start collecting books so that we built our library. And I've always had this beautiful vision of, getting all the beautiful hardback copies of the classics. And I have let that go so much, and I've really focused on nonfiction. But in recent years, also in a practice of letting go and knowing that I'm not all the stuff that's around me, I've been practicing letting go of a lot of things. And so I had this this letting go of a lot of my books. So some of my books are in storage in New Jersey still, so I already have let go of those. And but a lot of my books were here in Yuma, and then I continue to accumulate books. And so for a little while, I stopped buying any. I would just look at them and acknowledge that it's something that I would have once bought. And I would buy and then I would give away, and like books are just, I don't know, they just have a really special meaning to me. I can like feel the wisdom. And yeah, so anyway, I have the books and I gave them away. So I ended up bringing all of my books to the family room. My sister opened a beautiful family lounge space about almost a year ago now. And I just brought all my books there, and I was like, well, I can visit them. And then I ended up over the year that she's been in there, I will I'll be like, oh, I need this one. And now I've just surrendered to the fact that I actually really do find great value in my books. I always knew that, but not having them right here in my space, or I don't know, maybe it's still part of the journey and there's like deeper letting go, right? I only half let go because I did still have access to them. But anyway, we are going to see where this takes us. I never read those other ones that I had, right? Like maybe I've flipped through them, and that's the way I use a lot of my books. They're there. I will be called to pull one off of the shelf. I'll flip open to a random page and then start reading. Sometimes I'll start at the end and start reading backwards. So I'll like have moments and spurts that I read, but reading cover to cover doesn't happen that much for me. And once upon a time I criticized myself for that, and then I was like, no, I'm still finding great value. And I can do things my way. So here we are, day 1, beginning. This is the moment of embarking. All auspicious signs are in place. In the beginning, all things are hopeful. We prepare ourselves to start anew. Though we may be intent on the magnificent journey ahead, all things are contained in this first moment: our optimism, our faith, our resolution, our innocence. In order to start, we must make a decision. This decision is a commitment to daily self-cultivation. We must make a strong connection to our inner selves. Outside matters are superfluous. Alone and naked, we negotiate all of life's troubles. Therefore, we alone must make something of ourselves, transforming ourselves into the instruments for experiencing the deepest spiritual essence of life. Once we make our decision, all things will come to us. Auspicious signs are not a superstition, but a confirmation. They are a response. It is said that if one chooses to pray to a rock with enough devotion, even that rock will come alive. In the same way, once we choose to commit ourselves to spiritual practice, even the mountains and valleys will reverberate to the sound of our purpose. That was pretty cool, because for me, often when I read out loud like that, I'm not internalizing it as well. I have to read it again, but I did really get all of that. So I hope that was meaningful for you. Beginning day 1, and I will be back here every day for 365 Tao, and I hope you join me. You can just listen along, you can get the book. If this is something, I know nothing about this book. I feel like it's a little irresponsible. I did no research, but I feel like just this is what I feel called to do. So we're just going to go with it and see where it takes us. Have a beautiful now, and I will see you tomorrow.